Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a woman who knows her worth so deeply, so powerfully, that when it's time to walk away, she does it with the grace of a queen. No tears, no desperate messages, no explanations, just silence. That silence is her strength. It's her crown, because she understands something most people don't. Sometimes the loudest statement you can make is the quietest one. True strength lies in walking away with dignity and self-respect. This is something that many people misunderstand. They think strength means holding on, fighting harder, or proving a point through endless struggle. But real strength often shows itself in the ability to let go. To walk away from something or someone that no longer serves your growth, your peace, or your happiness takes courage. It takes knowing your value so deeply that you refuse to settle for less than you deserve. When you walk away with dignity, you don't crumble. You don't lose yourself in anger or desperation. Instead, you hold your head high. You honor yourself by refusing to stay where you are not respected or valued. It means that no matter how much you once cared, you understand that self-worth is not negotiable. You choose to protect your soul rather than sacrifice it for a relationship, a situation, or a moment that diminishes. Walking away with dignity means recognizing that your peace is priceless. Too often people cling to relationships or situations that cause constant turmoil because they fear loneliness or failure. But choosing to stay in pain is not strength, it's suffering disguised as loyalty. True strength is saying, I deserve better. It's acknowledging that sometimes love or connection isn't enough if it comes at the cost of your happiness or integrity. This kind of strength is quiet but powerful. It doesn't need to shout or justify itself. There's no need to explain or argue with anyone because your actions say it all. Walking away with dignity is a statement made through silence, through the calm confidence of someone who has decided that they will no longer accept less than their true worth. Self-respect is the foundation of this strength. When you respect yourself, you set clear boundaries about what you will and won't accept. You refuse to be treated as an option or a fallback. You stop wasting time on people who don't appreciate your value. You understand that your time, your energy, and your love are precious resources, and you choose wisely how and where you invest them. Walking away with dignity is also a lesson in self-love. It shows that you love yourself enough to walk away from what harms you emotionally or mentally. You're not walking away out of spite or bitterness, but out of care for yourself. You're telling yourself, I am worth more than the pain I'm feeling right now. I am worth the discomfort of change because what lies ahead is better than what I am leaving behind. It takes strength to face the uncertainty that comes with walking away. Fear can be a powerful enemy. Fear of the unknown, fear of being alone, or fear of what others will think can keep people trapped in unhealthy situations. But strength is looking that fear in the eye and stepping forward anyway. It's trusting yourself enough to believe that you can handle whatever comes next because you deserve peace, joy, and respect. Dignity in walking away is about maintaining your grace through difficult moments. It means not stooping to behaviors that cheapen your character. You don't lash out. You don't beg. You don't send endless texts hoping for a response. Instead, you maintain your composure. You carry yourself like someone who knows their worth, and that carries a weight no one can ignore. This strength also commands respect from others. When people see you walk away with calm confidence, They recognize that you're not someone to be taken lightly. They see that you value yourself and that you expect others to do the same. This quiet strength often makes others reflect on their own actions and the way they treat you. It forces a respect that words alone could never achieve. Choosing to walk away with dignity means taking control of your narrative. Instead of being a victim of circumstances or other people's choices, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your own story, deciding what chapters to close and which new ones to begin. This is strength because it requires self-awareness and courage to rewrite your life on your own terms. And in every moment you choose dignity over desperation, you grow stronger. You learn that your value does not depend on others' opinions or approval. You discover the freedom that comes with owning your decisions and living in alignment with your truth. You understand that walking away is not about giving up, but about standing up for yourself, your peace, and your future. This kind of strength changes the way you see yourself and how you allow others to see you. It creates a foundation of confidence that cannot be shaken by rejection or loss. It reminds you that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to walk away quietly with no tears, no texts, just silence. Because in that silence lies your power. Silence is a powerful statement, sometimes louder than words. In a world full of noise, constant chatter, and endless social media updates, choosing silence can be one of the boldest and most profound actions a person can take. Silence isn't the absence of communication. It's a form of communication all on its own. It carries meaning, weight, and intention that words often fail to capture. When a woman walks away without tears or texts, choosing silence instead, she's sending a message far more impactful than any angry text or tearful phone call ever could. Silence is her way of saying, I am in control. It's a refusal to be dragged into drama or chaos. It's a way of preserving her dignity and her peace by not engaging in conversations or conflicts that only serve to harm her. Words can sometimes be weapons used to hurt, manipulate, or guilt trip. They can also reveal vulnerability, which in some moments feels necessary, but in others can leave a person feeling exposed or weak. Silence, on the other hand, is a shield and a sword at once. It protects from unnecessary pain and confusion while also cutting through the noise to make a clear, unmistakable point. This is my boundary, and it will not be crossed. Choosing silence also means choosing peace. When emotions run high, it's tempting to respond immediately, to explain, to justify, or to argue. But in doing so, people often lose themselves in the moment and say things they later regret. Silence allows time for reflection, healing, and strength. It creates space for the mind and heart to process what's happened without adding fuel to the fire. Silence can disarm others. When someone expects a reaction, anger, pleading, or emotional outbursts, and instead encounters quiet, it disrupts their expectations. It forces them to pause, to reconsider their actions, and sometimes to confront the reality that their behavior has consequences. The power of silence lies in this disruption. It breaks cycles of toxicity by refusing to engage on unhealthy terms. There is also a certain mystery in silence. When a woman chooses not to respond, not to explain, or to send a text, she holds her power close. She doesn't reveal her wounds or her thoughts to everyone. She guards her inner world carefully. This mystery commands respect because it shows She is not easily swayed or broken by external events. People tend to respect what they cannot control or fully understand. Silence can be an act of self-respect and self-care. It signals to the world that a person values their own emotional well-being enough to not let every slight or disappointment provoke a reaction. It says, I am worthy of peace and I will protect it fiercely. By not engaging in unnecessary conversations, by not sending just one more text, she prioritizes her healing and growth over fleeting attempts to fix or salvage something that may no longer be healthy or reciprocal. In many ways, silence is the ultimate form of confidence. It requires inner strength to walk away without the need for validation, without seeking answers or closure from others. It means trusting yourself and your own judgment so deeply that you don't need to justify your decisions to anyone. This kind of confidence is rare and powerful because it comes from self-awareness and self-love. Silence also creates space for new beginnings. When you walk away without noise, you allow yourself the chance to heal without interference. You give yourself permission to move on without dragging the past behind you. Silence is the calm before the next chapter in life, the peaceful pause where clarity can emerge. It allows the heart to mend and prepares the soul for new experiences, new relationships, and new joy. Choosing silence is not about weakness or avoidance. It's about choosing battles wisely. It's about recognizing that not every conflict deserves your energy or your response. Sometimes the best answer is no answer. Sometimes the most powerful statement is a quiet exit. In those moments, silence is louder than any words could ever be. When a woman walks away with no tears, no text, just silence, she is showing the world that she owns her story. She isn't dependent on anyone else's approval or recognition. She is at peace with her choices and confident in her path forward. That silence speaks volumes about her strength, her courage, and her self-respect. Ultimately, silence is the language of a queen who knows her value. It is her way of honoring herself and her future. It is the sound of empowerment, resilience, and grace. In silence, she walks away, not defeated, but victorious. Valuing your peace is more important than holding on to pain or drama. This idea is often easier said than done because human emotions are complicated and attachments run deep. When something or someone has been part of your life for a while, it becomes natural to cling, even if it causes pain. But holding on to that pain or drama comes with a heavy cost. It drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and steals your joy. Valuing your peace means choosing to let go of all of that, even when it's difficult, because your well-being matters more than any temporary discomfort or chaos. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. It's a state of mind and soul. It is feeling calm, centered, and free from the turmoil that can dominate unhealthy relationships or toxic environments. When you choose peace, you are making a powerful statement to yourself and to the world that you refuse to live in constant anxiety, sadness, or tension. You are saying that your mental and emotional health are worth protecting, even if that means walking away from what once seemed important. Many people confuse holding on with strength, but in reality, sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to release. Clinging to pain or drama often stems from fear, fear of being alone, fear of change, or fear of losing something familiar. But living in that fear keeps you trapped. It creates a cycle of suffering where every day feels like a battle. Choosing peace means breaking free from that cycle. It means choosing yourself over the chaos, and that takes immense courage. Drama can feel addictive. It creates highs and lows that pull your emotions in all directions, often masking deeper wounds or insecurities. But drama is exhausting and it leaves you empty. When you value your peace more than drama, you start to recognize the difference between real connection and emotional turbulence disguised as connection. You begin to understand that peace is the soil in which healthy relationships grow, while drama is the poison that kills them. Choosing peace also means setting boundaries, clear, firm lines that protect your emotional space. It means saying no to behaviors that hurt you, no to conversations that tear you down, and no to people who disrespect your worth. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates that allow only what is good and nourishing to enter your life. Valuing your peace is an act of self-love that demands you honor these boundaries without guilt or apology. Sometimes the hardest part of valuing your peace is overcoming the internal voice that tells you to stay, to fight, or to fix things. That voice often whispers that love means sacrifice, that pain is proof of caring, or that walking away is giving up. But true peace teaches a different lesson. Love does not hurt. Sacrifice does not require suffering. And sometimes walking away is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for others. When you decide to prioritize your peace, you also create space for healing. Pain and drama keep your heart and mind occupied with chaos, making it impossible to recover or grow. Peace offers a quiet refuge where wounds can mend, where clarity can emerge, and where you can reconnect with your true self. In this space, you find strength and wisdom to make better choices in the future. Valuing your peace doesn't mean you won't experience challenges or setbacks. Life will always have difficulties. But when peace is your priority, you respond differently. Instead of reacting impulsively or staying stuck in harmful patterns, you approach problems with calmness and confidence. You protect your energy and refuse to be dragged into unnecessary conflict or emotional upheaval. Walking away in pursuit of peace is an act of empowerment. It shifts the power back to you. Instead of being controlled by toxic circumstances or people, you take control of your life. You make the conscious choice to stop enduring pain and start living fully. This choice changes everything. It transforms how you see yourself and how you allow others to treat you. Valuing your peace also affects your future relationships. When you hold peace as a non-negotiable priority, you attract healthier connections. You no longer settle for less than you deserve. You bring your whole healed self to the table, and you expect respect, kindness, and love in return. This is the kind of love that builds you up instead of tearing you down. Ultimately, valuing your peace above pain or drama is a radical act of self-care and self-respect. It is a declaration that your happiness and well-being matter. It means refusing to let past hurts define you or control your future. When you make peace your priority, you live with greater freedom, clarity, and joy. And that is the foundation of a truly fulfilling life. A queen commands love and respect by her presence, not by begging for it. This is a truth often overlooked in the rush to prove ourselves or to seek validation from others. True respect and genuine love cannot be demanded, coerced, or begged for. They must be earned and freely given. When a woman understands this, she steps into a level of power that is both magnetic and unshakable. Her presence alone speaks volumes about who she is and what she deserves. And that presence naturally commands respect. To command love and respect by presence means to carry yourself with confidence, integrity, and authenticity. It means knowing your value inside and out and not allowing anyone else's opinions or actions to diminish it. When you walk into a room or engage with others from a place of self-assuredness, people notice. They feel the strength in your energy, the steadiness in your gaze, and the calm assurance in your voice. This presence communicates that you are whole and worthy, not because of what others say about you, but because you know it yourself. Begging for love or respect, on the other hand, comes from a place of insecurity and neediness. It sends a message that you do not believe you are enough as you are, that your value depends on external approval. This kind of behavior often repels others rather than attracting them. It puts the power in someone else's hands and leaves you vulnerable to being mistreated, overlooked, or taken for granted. A queen refuses to live like this because she understands that her worth is inherent, not conditional. Commanding respect through presence also means setting boundaries without hesitation. You do not wait for others to decide how you should be treated. You define it for yourself. When someone crosses a line, you address it calmly and firmly. You do not engage in endless debates or try to explain yourself endlessly. Instead, your consistent behavior and clear boundaries communicate that you expect to be treated with dignity. Over time, this cultivates respect from others because they see you are serious about valuing yourself. This presence is not about arrogance or superiority. It's about self-respect and humility. A queen knows she is not perfect, but she owns her imperfections with grace. She does not seek to elevate herself by putting others down. Instead, she lifts herself up through kindness, strength, and integrity. This balanced presence invites genuine connections and encourages others to treat her with the same respect she gives